Hi everyone, and thank you for listening to the broadcast. Today we are going to do highlighting with Avon. So, what's the purpose of highlighting? Highlighting is to um, make those features on your face pop. For example, your eyes. Maybe you want to highlight your lips, the lip area. Also, highlighting is also used to brighten up areas that have a lot of shadowing. For example, like right here underneath the lips, it may like you have some little shadowing here, or right in here, or even right here you have a little shadowing. So what you would like to do with the highlighter is you want those areas to be pushed forward so you don't have that shadowing all over your face. So there are several types of highlighters that you can use. There's the cream. There is also a powder that you can use, and there's also a mineral that you can use, and there's a liquid. So today what we're going to use, I like to use the cream, and I also like to use a powder as well. So I'm going to use both. I'm going to be demonstrating them both. A highlight, how do you select your highlighter? The highlighter that you use should be about three shades lighter than your complexion. And the highlighter is actually placed on the face right after you have done your moisturizer. So let's start out with the moisturizer. I'm using one of Avon's A New moisturizer. And I'm going to apply this over my entire face. Obviously, the moisturizer is applied to a clean face. And the reason why you want to make sure you put moisturizer on before you put on your makeup is because the moisturizer actually allows the makeup to blend nicely onto the skin. If you were to put makeup on, particularly the powders, and if you could really like look at your skin under a magnifying glass, and if you had not placed moisturizer on your skin, you would actually see like little streakings in the application of the powders, particularly the blush. It would not give you a nice even stroke onto the skin. So I have the moisturizer over my entire face. And the next thing I'm going to use, I like to use what this is called the, oh my God, my glasses. This is called the Face Perfector. And what this does, this really brightens up the face. So I'm going to use this a little bit. You don't have to be heavy-handed with your makeup. You really don't. And I usually like to dot the face. And then again, unlike the skincare where you actually apply your skincare products, your cleanser, your toners, your moisturizers, you apply those in an upward motion, but for your makeup, you apply your makeup in a downward motion. And then notice also, as I had told you in the previous videos, that your makeup should be applied very lightly. Think again of your face as being that very, very expensive piece of crystal. So once you have your moisturizer on your face, and generally what I like to do, I like my moisturizer to like kind of set in. So I usually wash my face, and then I putz around the house, and then I come back and I put on my moisturizer, and then I putz around again around the house. And then once I felt as though my skin has absorbed the moisturizer, then at that point I would apply my my moisturizer onto my face, my entire face. So again, I like to use the cream that comes in a tube, almost like a lipstick, and you can just roll it up, roll it back down, and I you place it right underneath the eye and bring it up to the hairline. And you do the same thing on the other side. Now I have very large eyes, and my eyes are one of my positive features on my face. So I like to highlight them, like to make those pop, that area pop. And I'm going to do, this is right above my eyebrows. And then you see how it's, if you can see, if I stand back, you can see how it's like shadow here. It's a little darkness. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go down here. And again, once again, your concealer should be 3 shades lighter than your complexion. So I'm going to go right here because it's a little dark here. And I'll go a little bit right here. Now, I had mentioned before, when you apply your makeup onto your skin, the key to a good makeup application is the blending. I'm old school. I like to use my fingers. Once in the blue moon, or if I'm actually working on a client, I will use a makeup sponge to do the blending. But I personally, myself, I really prefer using my finger. And I'm doing downward motions, and I am blending this concealer onto the skin underneath the eyes. And I'm bringing it up into the hairline. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side of my face. Make sure I blend. Very light feathering type motions. Gentle. I'm not pulling because I don't want to help Mother Nature in terms of making my skin sag before it's time. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to go up here in this area, across the brow area. And you're going to go right here. And go here. And in this area. Now you can do one of two things. You can put on your foundation ahead of time. I've been doing makeup a long time, so I kind of do it either way. I put my foundation on after my moisturizer, and then I put on my highlighting. Or if I'm lazy, like I'm doing today, I'm going to put my foundation around my highlighting areas. Because I'm cheap. Oh, I need to blend this a little bit more over here. And I'm going back here. I use a lot. I mentioned before in another video that I like heavy makeup for myself. Okay, so I have that on. And now what I'm going to do, after you put all your creams on, what I normally do is I put an eyeshadow primer on my lids, which is also a cream, and then I blend that into the eye area. And then once I have all that done, then I take my mineral powder, which we talked about last week, and I tap it, and this sets the makeup. Now, add the translucent powder or your mineral powder, whatever you're going to use, This is applied after you have applied all of your creams. If you're using cream foundation, if you're using cream, the cream primer on your eyelids, if you're using the cream concealer, after you've done all that, then you come back and you take your translucent powder. And that little trick I showed you with the foundation is perfect. Like this time of weather was so humid, you want to have just a limited amount of makeup on your face with all that humidity. And because you're going to put a lot of color back into the face when you put your translucent powder and stuff on. Okay, so I have my my concealer on, and I've dusted my face. Now what I like to do, after I've done that, I take my powder concealer and I take my brush, like a contour brush, and let me just point out that the brush that you use on your face should be very, very soft. Natural hair bristles. I think I've mentioned that before. You want to use natural natural bristles. Again, you're going to blow because it's powder. And I'm going to go back underneath the eyes because I want this. This is the area I really want to highlight and pop. Now, so, a lot of people stop after applying the cream and then dusting, but I like to go a little extra step and take a lighter powder highlighter and apply it to the under the eye area so it can really, really pop. Okay, so now I've done that. Now I'm ready to put on my blush. And your blush goes right underneath the eye, right on that cheekbone. And you bring up to the hairline, just like you did with the concealer. Actually, it's kind of difficult, so let me do it from here. Okay. And don't worry about getting on heavy, at first. And then you take go around the blush area, because you don't want to look like you have like somebody just smack you with some color on your face. Go around the blush area to soften it up. And then what I like to do is take a cotton and go around, and that softens the edging of the makeup. And then I go down a little bit. Okay, so it's okay to go a little heavy because by the time you do all the blending, okay, and that's your highlighting. And the natural, I'll go ahead and put on my lipstick, and I will do my eyes, eyeshadow, and eyeliner, and mascara, and then put on some lipstick. But basically, that's your highlighting. So you see how it's very light in these areas? It's actually popping, and that's what you want to have done. That's the ultimate goal. And if you find that it's not, it's always okay to go back and apply a little bit more if you feel as though you have not achieved the desired highlighting which you wish to achieve. So with that, thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.